make a lot of videos trying to expose the I make videos to tell it how it is, and I like to extol the benefits of owning a petrol or a diesel car that you can jump in and drive wherever you want, because I believe for me that is freedom. I think I've been had, basically. I think I've fallen into a trap, and the trap was EVs were never meant to succeed. The people that have been pushing EVs knew that they are not a viable solution, and it was quite obvious to anyone with a brain that there isn't the resources, the wherewithal, the materials, or the desire to replace every single petrol or diesel car with an EV. That much is really, really obvious. However,
hello family, welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host Richard Harmon. Today I want to come to you and talk to you about the Trojan horse that is the electric vehicle. So I myself have been able to rent a Tesla. I've rented a Nissan Leaf as well as a few other EV cars in the past. And my first thought that I had with them is that it takes 30 minutes to 2 hours to charge a car if you're out. If you go out for the day, you're a tourist, you go into a town, you drive around for a day, and then you need to stop and the gas up. That is going to take you all day, and that's if you have a really good charger for the most part. This video that I came across here talked a little bit about this, and we're going to go over and watch a little bit about how this is going to destroy a lot of the EV makers, as well as the big automakers as well. If you walk into a auto dealership, there's probably 50 to 100 people that are working just in that dealership. That's not including the people who are on the factory lines, not including people who are in the parts stores, who are in the repair locations as well. This is a huge deal that's going to happen here in terms of the EV market, and the amount of money that companies are losing and are going down the toilet as a result of this. I'm going to play a video here. We'll watch a little bit of this. Your first time joining, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And here we go.
I think where I've gone wrong is bashing EVs too much, and I feel really silly for doing it. I think what I should have been doing is pushing them onto the gullible people that are happy to buy them, in order to support the car manufacturers that make the products that we've always traditionally loved. What I mean is, I think the introduction of EVs was a deliberate Trojan horse to destroy the car manufacturing industry and everything that goes with it. Because if we take down one car manufacturer, it doesn't just mean that you can no longer walk to the showroom and buy, say, a 3 Series. But what it does mean is all those people are out of work at the dealership, at the factory, at every company that supplied parts to that company. The infrastructure and the supply chain that is around vehicles is absolutely huge and far-reaching. And if a large car manufacturer was to fail, the knock-on would be huge. Now, how can you deconstruct the West in a nice, simple way over, let's say, 5 years? Well, a very easy way to do it would be to get the main car manufacturers to invest in a dead horse and then pull the rug out from underneath them. And that's exactly what has happened. All of the car manufacturers are over-invested in EVs that are not selling brand new, they're not selling second-hand, and now the support is being removed at a government level. The government never bothered putting in any major infrastructure to support EVs, and now it's all crumbling. So we've got Volkswagen in a right mess because they can't sell EVs and they've overinvested. Ford are in a right mess for the same reasons. BMW have announced that they are not going to be making internal combustion engine cars after, I think, 2027.
All right, family. So there it is. So we have a lot of talk that has come down recently about the "you will own nothing and you will be happy" movement. And we're seeing that right now as Wall Street is buying up single-family homes all throughout the country. We see once again the implementation of AI. We see robotics that are preparing to take over factory jobs. There's so much that is closing in on the workers around the world. Many people are losing opportunities. The cost of rent is continuing to skyrocket. The homeless crisis is out of control, and they're continuing to flood nations, both Europe and America, with migrants from around the world. What's going to happen here again if these large manufacturers are put out of business? That is going to have a huge ripple effect in terms of jobs. People are going to just be left out and left astray. Many of these people are relying on this. They live in small towns. You can see a lot of these towns close. Housing foreclosures could go into place, and again, right after that, you would have these large Wall Street investors go ahead and buy up all of these housing once again, as they did in the 2008 crisis. This is a planned demolition of the American worker and the American household, step by step, just completely destroying anything and everything that they hold on to, and been forcing them again to bend the knee economically, as they implement their own agenda, overall in terms of life, for those that they have these plans for. We're seeing fentanyl come in at a rapid rate. The immigration process is just completely out of control. Joe Biden currently is suing the state of Texas for defending its border. Again, recently it's come out. I have a video that's most recently been released, that the president has paused the exports of future liquid natural gas. Again, in a time where the cost of energy is becoming more and more difficult, inflation is rising. The idea of pausing the natural gas export is just outrageous. That again is going to affect jobs. Is going to affect those who are our allies and partners in terms of trade, and they're going to go ahead and buy less sustainable means in terms of heating and energy production in terms of their nations. This is just a wild situation right now. I had a conversation with someone most recently, and I told the person, I said, 2017, no one could predict that we would be here where we are in 2024, and where we stand right now, where exactly we're going to end up in 2029 and 2030 is just mind blowing. The world is changing at a rapid pace, and how exactly we as people fit into that particular circle is beyond many of our own thoughts. One thing I know for a fact is that I've given my life and my soul to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. More than ever, is a time where we need to be considering what life exactly is. What does the future hold? And for those of us who are in the process of trying to figure it out, I promise you, nothing else, that I've been blessed beyond belief just by being a servant of the Lord and being able to put my trust in Him regardless of what's going on around me. So this is a wild situation right now that we're seeing. Something for sure that you know I've never seen from a president. It seems like every single thing, whether it's the mayors of New York or mayors of Chicago, every action is being done that seems to be affecting negatively the residents and putting everyone else above those who are the constituents. The supplemental bill for $107 billion, $60 billion going to Ukraine is still being pushed by Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer. Again, while the border continues to stay open, they're saying that they're defending democracy, and they're defending their border, thousands of miles away, but yet and still they have a wide open border at the southern part of the country. This is wild. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good day.